Teacher Cell Learning Resource Channel. Science 4, Quarter 3, Week 6, Matatag, Curriculum. For the competencies and objectives, the learners identify that energy is something that can cause change, including light, sound, and heat energy. Recognize that energy exists in various forms and can be transferred from one object to another and transformed from one form to another. Identify and distinguish between different forms of energy, including light, sound, and heat energy. Recognize that light energy is a form of energy associated with the emission of visible light. Provide examples of how light energy can cause changes, such as lighting up a room or photosynthesis in plants. Explain how sound energy can cause changes, such as producing sound in musical instruments or conveying information through communication. Describe how heat energy can cause changes, such as cooking food, melting ice, or heating a room. Recognize the importance of safety when dealing with energy sources and devices. The learners observe and identify sources and uses of light, sound, and heat energy at school, at home, and in the local community. Define the concept of energy sources and how they are harnessed to produce different forms of energy, such as light, sound, and heat. Identify sources of light energy at school, home, and in the community, such as electric lights, sunlight, and candles. Observe sources of sound energy, including musical instruments, electronic devices, and natural sounds in different settings. Identify sources of heat energy, such as stoves, ovens, heaters, and the sun. Develop an awareness of safety considerations when dealing with energy sources and devices, emphasizing fire safety and prevention. Apply the understanding of energy sources to improve energy efficiency at school, home, or in the local community. For the content, energy is everywhere. Sources and uses of light, sound, and heat energy. Light energy from the sun. How to protect oneself from intense light, sound, and heat. Integration, Araling Panlipunan, Economic Services of the Government on Light and Communication. Health, one must be aware of light intensity and its effects to eyes. Sustainable cities and communities, responsible use of materials and energy resources in everyday life. For Day 1. Problem solving. Graph the data shown in the table. Share your answers in class. Bantay, a playful aspin, was enjoying his afternoon in their backyard. Suddenly, a lizard fell in front of him. In a flash, Bantay took off, covering a meter in hot pursuit. Graph Bantay's motion using the data below. Here are the given data. For time, in seconds, we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. For bantay's distance in meters, we have 0, 1, 3, 3, 4, and 7. Activity number 1. Transfer of energy game. It is good for 30 minutes. Materials needed: ping pong balls, handkerchief. Instructions. The objective of this activity is to let the pupils understand that energy can be transferred and can cause change. They will observe the transfer of energy from themselves to the handkerchief and from the handkerchief to the balls. First, sit in a circle around the handkerchief. 2. Hold on to the edge of the handkerchief and wave it up and down. Identify the source of the handkerchief's energy. Stop waving the handkerchief once it is still. Place the balls on it. Wave the handkerchief again. Experiment with manipulating the handkerchief in different ways to make the balls roll around, bounce gently, or bounce high. Identify the source of the ball's energy. For the unlocking content area vocabulary, energy, it is the ability to do work. This means that energy makes things happen. The sun, as the principal source of energy for the earth, makes other forms of energy possible. Energy transfer. It is the process of moving energy from place to place, or from one object to another, but the form of energy does not change. Day 2. Energy is everywhere. Let's read a story about energy. Whispers of Energy. A day in a world of wonders. Once upon a time, in the bustling town in the countryside, there lived a curious group of fourth-grade friends: Emma, Alex, and Mia. One sunny morning, their teacher, Mr. Diaz, announced an exciting journey into the world of energy. As the students settled into their seats, Mr. Diaz began. Today, we're going to discover the incredible tale of how energy is everywhere and how it causes amazing changes. The adventure started with Emma waking up in her cozy room. Imagine waking up to the warmth of the sun, Mr. Diaz said. The sunlight streaming through your window is a powerful energy that brings light to the world and kickstarts the day. Eager to explore, the friends followed Emma's journey. Now, let's think about lunch, Mr. Diaz continued. When Alex takes a bite of his mango, he's enjoying the energy from the sun. The mango tree used sunlight to make that delicious fruit. Energy from the sun is in the food we eat. As the day unfolded, the friends strolled through the town, noticing the wind gently swaying the trees. The wind carries energy too, explained Mr. Diaz. It can make the branches dance and even turn the blades of a windmill. That's energy causing a change in the movement of things around us. Excitement filled the air as the friends entered their classroom. Mr. Diaz pointed to the clock on the wall. The ticking sound you hear is because of energy, mechanical energy. It's like a tiny engine inside the clock that makes it tick, showing the passage of time. The adventure continued with Mia, picking up her pencil. When Mia writes with her pencil, she's using energy from her muscles. But did you know the pencil itself has stored energy? When she writes, she's transforming potential energy into kinetic energy, causing a change on paper. As the school day came to an end, the friends gathered their belongings. Mr. Diaz smiled. From the sunrise to the ticking clock, energy is all around us. It brings light, grows our food, moves the wind, and powers our tools. Now, think about the changes you've noticed today and how energy played a part in each one. With a newfound understanding, the fourth grade friends left the classroom excitedly chatting about the incredible journey into the world of energy and the changes it brings to their everyday lives. Let's have activity number 2. Energy chain. It is good for 20 minutes. Materials needed: scissors, glue, energy chain images. Instructions: by building chains of energy transformations, students see that the sun is a source of energy for living and non-living things. Energy transformations allow us to turn some less useful forms of energy into forms of energy that we need in everyday life. Look at the descriptions of chains 1 to 4 below. We have chain 1, chain 2, chain 3, and chain 4. Choose one or more chains that you find interesting. Cut out each picture carefully. Now, arrange the pictures in order, starting from where the energy comes from, the source, to where it ends up after all the transformations. For day 3, sources and uses of light energy. Activity number 3, day or night. It is good for 15 minutes. Materials needed: pencil, crayons. Instructions: using the given table, write or draw an activity you do that uses energy in the first column. Draw a sun in the next column beside the activity if you do this activity during the day. Draw a moon in the next column beside the activity if you do this activity in the evening or at night. Here is the table. Do you save more energy during the day or night? You're right, you save more energy at night because there's less need for lighting and cooling. Discuss ways how to save energy in school and at home. You're right, to save energy at school and at home, turn off lights when not needed, and unplug electronics like computers and chargers. Use natural light during the day instead of turning on artificial lights, and set thermostats properly to avoid wasting energy. At home, use energy-efficient appliances. Seal windows and doors to keep air inside, and limit water usage by taking shorter showers. These simple habits help save energy, reduce costs, and protect the environment. Brainstorm a list of objects that are sources of light. Try to distinguish if the object you identify emits its own light or if it requires an external source of light to be seen. This is your opportunity to understand the difference between objects that emit light and those that can only be seen when light reflects off them and into your eyes. Let's have activity number 4, light investigation. It is good for 15 minutes. Materials needed, pen and ruler. Instructions: investigate possible sources of light in the home and school and record your observations using the table below. Put a check mark on the corresponding box of your answer. For example, if the object is a light source, check the light source box next to the object. If not, check the not a light source box. For the objects, we have ball, mirror, lamp, chair, and etc. Write your predictions, observations, and conclusions. For day 4. Activity number 5, saving energy. It is good for 15 minutes. Materials needed, pen. A lot of energy is wasted by using more than we need. Saving energy means using less energy by not wasting it and using only the energy we need. Answer the questions below on how you are saving energy now and how you will save energy in the future. How can you save energy? You're right. I can save energy by turning off lights when not in use, unplugging electronics, and using energy-efficient appliances. I already save energy by turning off lights when I leave a room and using natural light during the day. In the future, I will try to save energy by to use less water, unplug appliances when not needed, and use energy-saving devices. For the assessment, multiple choice. Read carefully the questions below. Choose the correct answer from the choices below each question and circle the letter corresponding to the correct answer. Number 1. What happens to energy when it transformed? A. It disappears. B. It becomes louder. C. It changes from one form to another. D. It turns into water. Number 2. When people use our natural resources wisely, they are blank. Our natural resources: A. Renovating. B. Condensing. C. Conserving. D. Pollinating. Number 3. Which sentence is not true about heat energy or thermal energy? Heat can only move from warm to cool place. B. Heat energy can be felt as warmness. C. Heat moves from cool to warm place. D. Heat can change states of matter. Number 4. Which of the following is an example of light energy being used for communication? A. Traffic lights. B. Microwave oven. C. X-ray machine. D. Laser surgery. Number 5. Which of the following sources of light is natural? A. Sun. B. Lamp. C. Candle. D. Flashlight. Here are the correct answers. For number 1, C. 2, C. 3, C. 4, A. And number 5 is letter A. Next is true or false. Read carefully the statements below. Write true if the statement is true. Otherwise, write false on the blank space before each number. Number 1. The sun is the main source of energy on Earth. Number 2. Energy exists only in certain places, not everywhere. Number 3. Too much exposure to sunlight will harm our body. For item number 4, please refer to the images below. The correct order of energy transfer is sun, an eating kid, kids playing, to vegetables. Number 5, appliances such as electric fans should be turned off when they are not in use. Here are the correct answers. Number 1, true. 2, false. Number 3, true. Number 4, false. And number 5 is true.